As far as I know, my dad definitely from Pittsburgh. Mother from Pittsburgh. My dad's from Homewood, actually. My mother's from the Hill, which is probably two of the most predominant black neighborhoods in this city. You know what I'm saying? And they always used to be at odds with each other back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine that I got a piece of both sides. So that's what made me the thorough motherfucker that I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I grew
Hey.
up in the Hill District, you know what I'm saying? Born and raised, I grew up on Elmore Street, Wooster Street, Wiley Avenue, by the Crawford Grill. That's legendary. The second Crawford Grill, not the first one, the Crawford Grill from that era. But yeah, man, I grew up my mom worked. My mom was never on drugs or nothing like that. I don't know if she partied in her spare time. I mean, you know, whatever the hell, I don't know that, but my mother wasn't a drug addict. We was poor though, you know what I'm saying, regardless, because that's just the that's just how they where they put black people at. You know what I'm saying? Like you only was allowed to make a certain amount. You could only get certain things, you know, shit was just how it was, you know. Um but like I said, man, I had a good I never lived in the projects until I was 18, till I had my first kid. You know what I'm saying? But I was with all that being said, you know, your parents don't have to be on drugs. You don't have like you can be a product of your environment just because it's your environment. So a lot of my friends' parents was on drugs. So they were allotted to do certain things that I wasn't allotted to do because I had a little more structure. I had to be in the house maybe by 8:30, 9 o'clock on certain days, or when it started getting dark at a certain age. They was outside. So I kind of turned into a bad kid because of my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hanging with them. I don't want to be the outsider. And to all the parents out there, I will tell you this from the tender age of probably 10 all the way to about 8, 19, 20. Your kids' friends are more impressionable on them than you could ever be. Peer pressure is absolutely the most powerful thing to a child, an impressionable child at those ages. So I kind of stumbled into everything that led to where I'm at now, which is the streets and things because of my friends. And I'm not blaming them. It was just what it was to do. The music, the movies, like you said earlier, the culture, everything on TV promoted, you know, black people. At first, it wasn't like that. At first, it wasn't about us selling. Like the rappers used to talk. If you was selling drugs, you was a piece of shit. And for some odd reason, it just turned to get money and fuck hoes. You know what I'm saying? And now we got to where we at now. You know what I'm saying? So during along that line, you know what I'm saying? I kind of got into the streets and stuff because it was what was going on. And I was born in 75, so like I'm kind of from the first era and age group of guys that's 50 and younger. We're the first generation of strictly street dudes that woke up every day, didn't have a job, that went out and sold drugs as a means to make money every day as a job. So for the last 30 years prior to me opening this business 3 years ago, for the past 30 years, well, yeah, well, 6 years ago, prior to 6 years ago, me coming home from my last penitentiary bit ever, um, I sold drugs my whole. I supported myself from the corner. Every car I bought, every piece of jewelry, every Jordan I bought my child, every rent I ever paid in every house or helped pay, every furniture set, everything. You know what I'm saying? I paid from selling drugs. I never had a job full time. I worked little jobs just to get a check to go grab some drugs to get back on my feet and dip. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit of my upbringing, man. We was basically just it wasn't no off the porch for us. We was already just outside. We were like the outside kids, you know, Generation X. We was riding bikes, playing football in the streets, basket, and it just turned into somehow the neighbor and I'm saying, man, you got some crack. You know what I'm saying? And basically, I don't know. I can't even remember how it just that's as the snap of a finger, man. It just went the boom.